Right now, our round 3 contestants are taking the stage, ready to battle for the ultimate recipe crown.
This is the chili round. Let's meet our contestants.
I'm Ann Tegmeyer. I'm a massage therapist from Windsor, Connecticut. My recipe is the ultimate veggie chili.
I'm Peg Schaefer. I'm a restaurant manager from Bozeman, Montana. My recipe is Mexicana Ancho Lamb Chili.
I'm Ray Isaacson, a personal chef from Danbury, Connecticut. My recipe is Spanish-influenced roast pork chili.
All right, it's our final round. It's chili, and let's get started by heading over to Kitchen 1. This is Ann with her ultimate veggie chili.
Into Ann's saute pan, we got some olive oil, little red bell pepper. She's also going to hit some yellow one and some garlic. That's going to begin it. That's going to be the base, and then be jumping in with some chipotle powder and some red chili in a moment.
As a vegetarian, you're always seeking out not just healthy food, but food that's really substantial and food that's really nourishing. And I think that the veggie chili is both hearty and very healthy.
We have a towel wrapped on what? What are you squeezing over there, Ann?
I'm squeezing some extra firm tofu that had actually been frozen first and has been defrosted.
Look at the pipe she's got. I mean, she is working that. The more moisture she gets out, the better chance she has that this tofu will stay together when it starts to cook in this chili. In Kitchen 2, Peg is doing the Mexicana Ancho Lamb Chili. Wow, that's a big mouthful to say. I love what she's working with, a Dutch oven. I always talk about working with cast iron. Really retains the heat great.
And Guy, we're going to get caught up now in what she has in that Dutch oven. We see some diced onions in there, some garlic, and I just saw some cilantro go in. And hey, what's this?
Mark, she hits it with some fire-roasted diced ancho chilies. Ooh, no whim salad over here with Peg. But the big ingredient is sitting over there on her table waiting to go in. It's lamb, Summers. Unusual for chili, but I think it's going to give it a real distinct flavor.
This is Ray with his Spanish-influenced roast pork chili, and what's he working on, Guy?
Right now, he just dropped into some of the chorizo. It is fresh Spanish chorizo. A lot of times people say Spanish chorizo, Mark, they're going to think about the cured Spanish chorizo being hard, almost like a salami. So he's breaking that down, letting it cook. He's going to use some of the fat to work some of these onions and the peppers here in a little bit.
Right over to Kitchen 2 because I see Peg putting the lamb in her chili.
Now, here's the reason this Dutch oven's so important. She dumps in a bunch of this cold lamb, okay? And she's got to braise this. She's got to put a little crush. She's got to put a little cook on this. Using a Dutch oven like this, it gets super hot, and it actually uses the sides to cook the lamb meat as well. Now, the pressure's getting to her. She's going to start drinking. I don't know what to say, Summers. It's just sad to see someone. Yes, you have one and I don't. So, what's this beer doing right now, you ask, Mark?
Yes,
well, let me tell you.
I was going to ask that.
Two things that are going on. One, the alcohol, you get the flavor. Two, the alcohol out of the beer works as a little bit of a tenderizer, breaking down the fibers of the meat.
Back into Kitchen 1 with Ann and her ultimate veggie chili. So, Guy, where are we now?
Mark, a little bit ago, Ann threw down some tomatoes into that tofu mixture, then added some jalapenos and green chilies to give it some spice, beans, and then some corn, again, keeping it to that vegetarian theme here.
But, Guy, now I see her adding something I've never seen put in a chili, be it vegetarian or not, cashews. I mean, why cashews? Seems really strange.
Well, the cashews have got to have the texture by the time they cook, Mark. I wonder if they almost have like a meaty texture to them. That's pretty neat idea. Is that what you were intending with that one, Ann?
I was intending that with that, and it also adds the mild nuttiness of cashews is a nice balance to the spiciness.
Well, Mark, that's kind of like us, the mild nuttiness to the spiciness. I think it goes hand in hand.
Let's go back to Kitchen 3. Ray is adding something to his Spanish-style chili, and Guy, what is that?
Well, Ray's got his base finished. Remember, there's already some chorizo in there, but now he's stepping it up with some collared pork, and now since the collared pork requires extended cook time, Ray was allowed to prepare this in our URS prep kitchens yesterday. You can see all that juice that's there in that tin foil. He didn't add a liquid into that. That's actually the pork butt and the moisture from the collard greens cooking down, and he says the flavor is just money. So Ray's throwing it down with some big flavors with the collared pork and Spanish chorizo, but Peg is keeping pace. She's got lamb into the Dutch oven along with some big Mexican spices, and Ann is going her own route with the tofu and cashews in that veggie chili.
Find out the best comfort food recipe in the world when we return on Ultimate Recipe Showdown. Welcome back to Ultimate Recipe Showdown, and we're about to judge the third and final round, the Ultimate Chili.
That's right, Mark. Things were rocking and rolling over the break. Ann threw in a few more cashews as well as some black beans into her ultimate veggie chili, then let it all simmer together. Peg stirred in some chopped roasted Roma tomatoes into her Mexicana Ancho Lamb Chili, then took the whole thing into the oven to cook. And Ray finished adding the spices to his Spanish-influenced chili, including oregano and paprika, then shredded some cheese for garnish.
And we're going to kitchen 2, and Peg is plating up her chili. It is Mexicana ancho lamb chili.
Looks fantastic, Mark. Little thin. You know, the judges, some like it thick, some like it thin.
There it is. The bell goes off in kitchen 2. Peg Schaefer, Mexicana ancho lamb chili. She's the first in. Let's take a look at kitchen 1. Some garnish going on there. We have some sour cream, grated cheddar. There's the bell in kitchen 1. Ann Tegmeyer, ultimate veggie chili. Let's go to kitchen 3. Ray with his Spanish-style chili with pork and paprika.
I think the judges are going to be pleasantly surprised at those big, juicy, flavorful chunks of pork that have been wrapped in those collard greens. Wow, that looks good.
So Ray rings the bell, and that means all of our competitors are finished, and the final round of judging is coming up right now. Our first plate, heading into the judges, is Peg's Ancho Lamb Chili.
You went slamma-jamma with the llama.
I did.
Bringing that to a chili competition.
I know. Can you believe it?
Well, I think it's going to be an interesting dish to try, and our judges are getting ready to do that right now.
Awesome.
Wow, what a great presentation. The color is just great. What do you think of the consistency?
I think it's a little brothy for what I think a chili's supposed to be, but it's not, it doesn't bother me that much.
I think the flavors are really integrated. I like the way it sort of builds and grows, and it is very, very comforting in this category.
The next plate on its way is Ann's Veggie Chili.
What do you think of this adventure?
Oh my gosh, this has been such a whirlwind, the whole experience.
Let's see what the judges think.
I like the color of this.
Yeah.
It's really got great rich color for a vegetarian chili, too.
Yeah.
The cashews add such a unique texture to it. I mean, it's sort of like a little nugget of meat.
It's got a lot of tomato flavors in it, a lot of the spice comes through. Very nice balance.
I think I would have liked a little bit more cashew in it, because I've eaten quite a bit of it and haven't gotten any yet.
Oh, you haven't gotten any? Yeah, it was in the first bite that I had. I think if you were a meat eater, you would be like...
You'd be very happy with this.
Definitely.
Wow. Do you think that you might become the queen of comfort food?
I was doubting my chances before, and I was really dreading this moment, but now after hearing what they have to say, I think that there is actually a possibility.
Good luck.
The last plate of the day is Ray's Spanish-style chili with pork and paprika.
It's got a great, that sort of brick red color.
And I like the meat is left in big enough chunks that you taste the meat.
And I think this chili is interesting because it's more sort of layered and constructed, where the meat is cooked separately.
Right.
So it doesn't have that long simmered integrated taste. It's a little more layered on top of each other. I wish the beans were cooked a little bit more. I have a thing, I just don't like a grainy texture to a bean. I think it's kind of off-putting. It's a little bit more uptown than your sort of down and dirty chili, but I'm kind of loving it, particularly the taste of the pork.
So the judges are now tallying the scores for all of our competitors, and Guy is heading back into the arena to meet me on the awards stage. We are here with our mac and cheese champ Brett and our sandwich champ Ivan. The judges have made their decision in the chili round, and you folks know how it works.
Will it be Ann's Veggie Chili, Peg's Mexicana Lamb Chili, or Ray's Spanish-style Pork Chili? Now it's between Ann and Ray, who will advance to the final spot on stage.
Chili champion. Come on up here and join us on the grand prize stage.
Mark, I often talk about cooking is not a part-time gig. You should.
I know, and I'm sick of hearing it, quite honestly.
Jeez. Mark, I don't like you. I don't know if I've told you that, but I think I'm going to just take you down.